looking at satellite imagery, sometimes it can be kind of tricky. Even if you do see topo lines on there, you may not always be able to tell which way water is moving when it falls on that area. So here, for our example that we're going to look at right now, this is our parking lot for our extension office, and we can quite clearly see that water that falls in this part of our parking lot will drain down towards this catch basin here as the land is sloped towards that basin, and that's directly connected to the stormwater system on the street. In contrast, when we move over this way, we can see that the parking lot is sloped in that direction, and sometimes that's not easy to tell either. For our example here, we know from experience that this lot is sloped in that direction, but you may need to get out with a level. Just a simple carpenter's level can be a great tool to tell you which way the land is sloping. Sometimes it's very deceiving when you're in a large parking lot to tell which way that lot is sloping. So here the parking lot is sloping towards the back, and there are no other catch basins in this parking lot, and off the back side it drains to a grassed area. So the back side of this lot is disconnected from the stormwater system. So in contrast to parking lots and roadways where it can be tricky sometimes to figure out where the water is moving, with a building such as this, it's pretty easy to take a walk around and see if that building is actually connected to the stormwater system or not. So for, again, our example here at our extension office, when you're looking at this from imagery from above, it would appear as impervious area, but if we take a walk around, we can see that these gutter downspouts in the front of the building here are draining to this garden area, so they are not physically connected to any stormwater system, and that water would be infiltrating into the ground here. So if you're walking around your building trying to figure out which parts of it are connected or disconnected, and you notice that a gutter downspout ties into a pipe that goes below the ground, usually that pipe will tie into a stormwater system. If you're in an urban or a suburban area, most of the time that will tie directly into the stormwater system. For our example at our extension office here, we know that this pipe goes around the back of the building and drains out to a grassed area. So this section of roof is not connected to the stormwater system. However, most of the time when you see a pipe go below ground, it would be. So you will need to figure out how much of the roof area actually drains to this pipe. So that can be done usually through some sort of imagery is an easy way you can do it if you've got a large roof. You can take a look at your roof and see which way it's draining and measure with a tape measure. That's the old-fashioned way. There are a number of ways you can do this, but the bottom line is you'll need to figure out how much area is draining to something that's connected to a stormwater system and how much is disconnected.